All right, you two, strap the fuck in, because science just went full weird again. Get this, scientists have made, wait for it, woolly mice.
Woolly mice? Like mice wearing tiny sweaters? What are you talking about, Kiki?
No, even weirder. Actual mice, but pumped full of woolly mammoth DNA. Real life, tiny, furry Ice Age experiments running around a lab somewhere.
Okay, let me guess. This has colossal biosciences written all over it? That Dallas BioTech company trying to de-extinct the mammoth?
Ding, 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 Nina, you nailed it. They implanted mouse embryos with mammoth genes specifically for traits like thick hair and cold resistance. Little Franken mice prepping for the next ice age.
Oh wow, so miniature mammoths? That feels unnatural, like we're peering into a forbidden genetic toy box. It's fascinating but deeply unsettling. What were mammoths even like beyond the cartoons? Huge, hairy, ancient beings from a world utterly unlike ours?
They were megafauna adapted to the Pleistocene tundra. Think giant, cold-adapted elephants, shaggy coats, layers of fat, curved tusks. Engineering mice with a few of those traits is clever genetic footwork, demonstrating they can isolate and express specific ancient genes. It's a proof of concept.
Proof of concept? Nina, they made mammoth mice. This isn't about publishing papers. This is step one in their grand, insane plan bringing back the actual woolly mammoth. They're not even hiding it.
Oh, of course, because what the world clearly needs right now is herds of resurrected prehistoric giants roaming. Where exactly? Siberia? Texas? Who's funding this theme park ride?
It's that amazing and creepy feeling the brief mentioned, isn't it? The sheer audacity is incredible, conquering extinction. But the creepy part, it whispers about unforeseen consequences, about the hubris of manipulating life on such a scale. Are we just patching up nature's tapestry? Or clumsily reweaving it with threads we don't understand?
Hubris is one word for it. Expensive is another. The practical hurdles are astronomical. We're talking about gestating something potentially elephant-sized from engineered cells. What's the surrogate? How many failed attempts? What's the budget? This sounds less like science and more like a billionaire's pet project dressed up as conservation.
Forget practicality for a sec. Can we just appreciate the sheer Jurassic Park vibe here? They started with mice. It's like in gen testing on compies before unleashing the T-Rex. What's next? Saber-toothed hamsters, dodo pigeons? I'm picturing tiny mice with adorable little tusks trying to push over pebbles in their cages. It's hilarious and terrifying.
The comparison is unavoidable, and Jurassic Park was a cautionary tale, remember? Life finds a way, often chaotic and destructive. Are we prepared for mammoth mice escaping the lab and taking over a cheesecake factory? It sounds absurd, but the principle, meddling has consequences.
Please Allah, they're mice with slightly different hair follicles and maybe better fat insulation, not rampaging monsters. The real danger isn't fuzzy rodents. It's the ethical precedent and the resource drain.
But Nina, isn't the ethical question the core question? Are we playing God as the saying goes? Do we have the right to reverse extinction? We cause so much of it. Perhaps there's a karmic debt to repay, or perhaps extinction is a natural endpoint we shouldn't tamper with. It feels spiritually significant somehow.
Look, playing God is a term people throw around whenever science pushes boundaries. We developed vaccines, IVF, genetically modified crops. Arguments about playing God were made then too. Science progresses by challenging perceived limits. The real ethical questions are about animal welfare during the process, ecological impact if they succeed, and resource allocation. Is this the best use of brilliant minds and billions of dollars when the planet is facing current ecological crises?
Okay, Dr. Practicality, but imagine the merch. Woolly mammoth plushies, adopt a mammoth programs, mammoth burgers. Okay, maybe not the last one. Too soon?
Kiki, please, but your joke highlights a point. This is as much a branding exercise as it is science. Colossal gets massive PR, attracts investors, sells the dream of de-extinction. The woolly mice are a fantastic marketing tool. Generate buzz, get funding, rinse, repeat.
But think of the potential ecological impact Nina mentioned. Where would they live? Modern ecosystems aren't the Pleistocene tundra. Introducing such a large herbivore could have massive, unpredictable effects on plant life, soil, existing animal populations. It's not just adding back an element. It's introducing a potentially disruptive force.
Yeah, imagine trying to get planning permission. Hi, we'd like to release several tons of prehistoric fury into Yellowstone. No, they won't eat the tourists. Probably. Do we need an environmental impact assessment for that? The logistics are fucking insane. What do they even eat? We have enough ancient grass lying around?
Exactly. Diet, habitat, disease susceptibility, social structures. We know relatively little about how mammoths actually live day to day. Recreating the animal is one thing. Recreating its world or ensuring it can survive in hours is entirely different. It might be kinder to leave them extinct.
Okay, screw kindness for a second. Let's get wild. If they can do mammoths, what else is on the table? Nina, give me the sci-fi wish list. T-Rex, velociraptors we can ride like horses, giant sloths. Come on!
Dinosaurs are a non-starter. DNA degrades far too quickly. We don't have viable genetic material. Mammoths died out relatively recently, geologically speaking, and we have well-preserved samples from permafrost. That's why they're the low-hanging fruit of de-extinction. If you can call this low-hanging, maybe a dodo or a passenger pigeon smaller, the race and extinctions are more plausible, but still incredibly complex.
I imagine seeing a resurrected dodo pottering about. There's a strange poetry to it, a symbol of human folly brought back by human ingenuity. Would we treat it better this time? Or would it end up as a novelty pet tragically unsuited for our world? It's beautiful and sad to contemplate.
Dodo Dash, the new delivery service, guaranteed to be slightly confused and arrive eventually.
See, this is how the public likely sees it. Nerds like us might debate the science and ethics. But for most people, it's either cool Jurassic Park or WTF, why are they making mammoth mice? It's pure spectacle. The hype is huge among the tech bro. Disrupt extinction crowd while everyone else is cracking jokes or just bewildered.
Seriously, check the comments online for this story. It's gold. Half the people are planning their Ice Age themed park outfits. The other half are convinced this is how the apocalypse starts. What do you guys think? Let us know mammoth mayhem or massive mistake.
It does make you reflect on our priorities. We pour resources into potentially resurrecting the mammoth, while countless species currently teeter on the brink. Sumatran rhinos and Mar leopards, their extinction is happening now. Is de-extinction a dazzling distraction from the harder work of present-day conservation? Or could the technologies developed here somehow help those efforts?
From a business angle, Colossal would argue the latter. Use of the genetic tools honed for mammoths could be applied to genetic rescue for endangered species, increasing diversity, you're removing harmful mutations. It's a compelling narrative for investors and for public image. Whether it pans out is another question. It's high risk, high reward science theater.
So, rich guys funding weird science that might accidentally save some pandas while trying to build a pet mammoth. Sounds about right for 2025.
Ultimately, it forces us to ask what we value. The past, lost forever, the present, slipping through our fingers, or a future where humanity wields the power of creation and resurrection. For better or worse, these woolly mice, tiny as they are, carry the weight of those enormous questions.
For me, it boils down to practicality and impact. The science is fascinating, undeniably, but the path to a viable, ecologically integrated mammoth population seems fraught with near insurmountable obstacles and ethical quandaries. It's an extraordinary intellectual exercise, but perhaps destined to remain just that. Most mice are probably the closest we'll get.
My final take? I want a woolly mouse. Seriously, how cool would that be? Forget hamsters. I want a pet that carries the legacy of the Ice Age in its tiny, furry body. Just don't let it near the freezer. It might start plotting world domination, or at least planning a very chilly escape.